In China, beneath layers of earth and centuries of silence lies a woman so perfectly preserved that her skin still holds the warmth of secrets. She is called the Lady of Dai, a reminder that even in death, the past can still breathe close enough for us to hear. They call her the Lady of Dai. When archaeologists opened the massive wooden coffins inside, they found something no one expected. Her veins still held traces of type A blood. Her hair was intact. Even her organs had kept their shape as if she had drifted off to sleep and simply forgot to wake up. Her real name was Xin Zhui. She was the wife of a Han Dynasty nobleman, living over 2,000 years ago. Inside the ancient tomb, the space is imbued with the patina of time, while the faint golden glow of a flickering candle dances on the stone walls. At the center rests the carefully wrapped body of a noble woman, lying neatly on a stone slab. Her face is calm, as if she has been peacefully asleep for centuries. Surrounding her are old wooden chests, slightly ajar, revealing luxurious clothing. Intricate jewelry and small treasure symbols meant to guide her spirit on its eternal journey. The stone floor and tomb walls bear faded patterns, reminiscent of ancient Chinese or Egyptian tomb art. Maybe she did not. Maybe she trusted the earth to hold her secrets forever. But now she reminds us that no wall stays sealed forever. No secret stays buried forever. When she died, she was buried deep inside an elaborate tomb near Changsha. You will stand there face to face across 2,000 years and wonder what secrets she still holds behind her closed eyes. For centuries, her resting place lay undisturbed, while dynasties rose and fell above her. In the 1970s, workers digging an air raid shelter accidentally uncovered her tomb. There was something unsettling yet profoundly moving in seeing a person from so long ago so real, so close. She was not a statue or a skeleton, but a reminder that those who came before us felt love and loss and hope just as we do. There lay Xin Zhui wrapped in layers of silk. But she was not a dry husk like other ancient mummies. Her skin was still soft. Doctors who examined her were astonished. How could a body stay so perfectly preserved for 2,000 years without modern chemicals or freezing? When I first read about her, I could not stop staring at the photos. A student once asked me if I thought the Lady of Dai wanted to be found. If you ever visit the Hunan Provincial Museum, you can see her yourself lying beneath glass. Next time you think the past is gone, remember, Lady Xin Zhui. Some voices are so carefully preserved they still speak long after we are gone. If you believe that history is not just in books, but in the quiet resting places where the past waits to be uncovered, hit subscribe. And come with me as we listen to what it has to say. In the corner of Sweden's Royal Library rests a book so heavy to grown men can barely lift it. They call it the Codex Gigas, but those who know its shadows call it something darker. The Devil's Bible. Among all the manuscripts that survived the Middle Ages, one stands in the shadows, both a wonder and a warning. Imagine a single monk locked in a stone cell by candlelight quill scratching parchment through endless nights. By morning, the monk's cell held a book so massive that 2 grown men can barely lift it. They say it would have taken decades to finish, not a single night. But that does not make the story any less haunting. Because within the Codex Gigas lies more than scripture. It contains forbidden texts, exorcisms, medical cures, strange incantations, knowledge meant to protect or condemn depending on who reads it. And deep inside, on one chilling page, is a portrait, a full-page drawing of the devil glaring out as if he knows you're watching. Legend says he broke his sacred vows and in punishment faced a task impossible for any mortal: to write the world's largest Bible by himself in one night. Desperate, he made a pact not with God but with something far older and darker. Of course, scholars today have tested the ink, the parchment, the handwriting. I remember the first time I stood before it in Sweden's Royal Library. The pages were yellowed thick as armor. The air felt heavier around it, not because of superstition, but because you can sense what it meant to people who opened it. Centuries ago, maybe the real pact was not with a demon, but with his own desperation to create something so grand it would outlive him. And it did. Long after his bones turned to dust, the Codex Gigas still draws us in proof that words, when bound in leather and mystery, can feel alive. To them, a book wasn't just paper and ink. It was power, faith, fear, all bound together. Did he truly believe he was watched by dark forces as he wrote line after line? Or was he warning us that even the holiest text can hold shadows between its words? A friend once asked me, "Do you really believe the monk sold his soul to finish it?" I smiled. But if you're quiet enough, you might feel the same question the Codex Gigas asks. What would you sacrifice to be remembered forever? What fascinates me most is not the devil painted inside, but the man who painted him. Next time you stand in a library, run your hand along the spine of an old book and listen. You might not hear anything,